Good morning. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncover No More. This is my iPad because I was jet setting around like I normally do in the morning, getting some stuff done. Baymax got in trouble because he's not allowed in the garage right now because Cinnamon is in there and bunnies and kitties don't necessarily do really well together. And I have people, other kind of people, having panic attacks if animals are attacking one another, so I have to put the people first. You know what I'm saying? So Baymax gets to like rein his little spoiled self in. So he got to spend a time out somewhere and got talked to, and because he got into the garage as I was jet setting around. So that's how my morning's going. I'm almost finished with my first cup of coffee, and I really do think this is going to be 2 cups of coffee in the morning because I'm thinking. And here's what I want to talk about. This is my sermon on... Actually, this isn't my sermon on the sofa because I just straightened up the sofa area and took the curtain away from the window so that the plants on top of the entertainment center could have some sun. I would rather spend the entire 48 hours next drinking the water in my pink thermos 2 to 3 times, maybe 4, putting my peppermint tea, which is just right outside the front door, into that with my Texas cup, but that is a Democratic Republican Texas cup. That's my coffee. And so, I'd be set, except for that behind me, excuse this table because my juicer's there and everything, and some mail. See the blue one? The blue teapot and cup. That's for my Earl Grey English breakfast. Celestial Seasonings. It's got a Bengal tiger, but it's just the cinnamon and stuff in it. It's really good. It puts me to sleep with some cream, a little sweetener in it. Here's Tadashi. Who else do you think is here? Grandmama? Era? Davis Beatty? Probably. She's probably the one that's talking Kara out of going to church. I'm already thinking about putting my makeup on. That's how ingrained in church culture I am on Sundays. It's Stephen Vincent Benet that's here with me today. I'm reading that written message. And I've already picked out, which is what you're going to get. I was reading this off and on since 2021, it looks like. August the 4th, 2021, I put on my YouTube how in 1934, which is when my dad was born, Stephen Vincent Benet planned and began a long narrative poem. He died by March 13, 1943. On March 13th, 1943. It was an untimely death. I'm about to find out, see if I can't find out how he died. He was tasked by the government, so I'm learning in this history, a beautiful poem. He was tasked by the government with speeches, broadcasts, and various other tasks during world wars. It was going to be $5. And this is the stuff my family is made of, Davis Beatty. Clonic is a different story, and I really have to move away from it because there was incest and stuff in my mother's family, and it injured my mother, and therefore it injured me. It's not that I don't love them. It's not that I don't love immigrants. It's that I just need to stay with Davis Beatty, and I have no need to explain why. For the sake of my children. My mother's family was very controlling and it was too hard to deal with. I love them. I get a little sick to my stomach thinking about how much I missed miss some of them still, because they betrayed me. They don't care about me. And it's because I quit being the Kara and Beaty-Coffey that just did what I was told. And I broke free, and I hair-lipped the entire state of Texas and a good bit more. And I'm tired of being sick to my stomach, y'all. Because there's those of us in Texas that are actually well past the point of no return when it comes to the Republican Party. My son, the sixth child, the one born in my living room on a property that I got disinherited from just to protect me. The second son was born March 12th, 2001. So let's do a little math for Stephen Vincent Benet and my son. Because if anybody doesn't remember, I will tell you. Go look up Abraham Lincoln's death date, because it's right in sync, like one day before or after my birthday, some years later. And then there's some of the primary dates of the Azusa Street Revival. That is what it is to be Aries, 1966. And what I'm going to say to everyone today: open the book again. Get new messages out your way. And I am not right now talking about the Bible. You leave the Bible to me, and only me, Protestant and Catholic Church. You can go fuck yourself with what you're doing with the Bible. I have the coloring of the Lord's words. I have one of my predecessors. There are two predecessors of mine that my daddy and I know like we know ourselves. And that is, cannot remember the man I'm protecting him, but it's Catherine Coleman is my spirit woman. And Catherine and Kara are basically the same name. Hers was spelled with a K. My dad made sure to spell mine with a C. There's reasons for that you're not interested in. So I won't bother you. "58 years after a great man passed on, and one day before, a son was born spontaneously, exactly like his mother, in about 45 minutes, in a living room made by the Noah generation of Robert Hilton and Robert Paul Davis Beatty. 2 houses. Now my son, the first one, Aries, is holding the property down, and it ain't pretty. And I am not pleased. And the entirety of America can go fuck yourself for the rest of my life. I will not hate you. I do love you. And that is that. We'll see who's still testifying as you die. older generations. Some of you may still be alive. My dad was being born when Stephen Vincent Benet was writing Western Star. Stephen Vincent Benet is a part of lost generation like Generation X. Elon Musk thinks he's doing a good thing to have named Twitter X. Elon Musk needs to humble himself. Some of us could help that company turn that into a more balanced position. And no, I'm not saying that the politics of the Republican Party shouldn't be on there. I am saying you asshats do not know what freedom of speech really is. I would suggest a course of reading Stephen Vincent Benet's Western Star, and not on your computer screens or your iPad screens or etc. is what I'm talking about. Why don't you fucking slow down and fucking throw your own runes, you motherfucking idiots? And read Western Star for 4 or 5 times and think about that. Why don't you pick up Emerson's essays and lectures? Why don't you pick up The Philosophy of Freedom? Can you read? I'm not talking about audiobook bitches. I am not. I'm talking about slow your ass down. Let your kids, as strange, Elon, as you have named those kids, poor kids, or let them see you pick up an older book called Stephen Vincent Benet's Western Star. If I'm telling a billionaire that, how many of you else am I telling that? Because I will tell you this, our budget, as strapped as it can be sometimes, this coming month has the ability for me to buy Tiger Joy by Stephen Vincent Benet, because everybody that is anybody in my heavenly world knows exactly who I am, and I ain't something to sneeze at when it comes to metaphysical reality. Now, am I? Oh my God. I am so tired today. But not. I'm just not really that tired. I wonder what. Let's see. See, I have time to paint, color with color pencil. Megamundon. This was 2021 as well. Do you notice that the paper is the same? I love this paper. I'm kind of addicted to it. Oh. And I will be going through this book and rereading the runes. 3:33 PMC. That's the digits of my son's. But I can, okay, so his were all 3s, but I can interpret every one of the digit sums of my children and tell you the beauty. And it doesn't have to be all the same number for it to be gorgeous. And this is 2023. Here I'm in hell. Here I'm not. See the siggies? Siggies. Discipline of mind and body releases spirit into unissocia. So, I'm still loving you guys and gals, no matter whether you're billionaires, millionaires, or on Social Security. That should not be taken away from you, okay? You can all read a book. All of you. And we're ready to do. Fuck it. Keep taking your medication like the doctors are giving you to help you balance that. It doesn't matter what you are or are not. Read from a book. A little each day, and you might get some healing instead of just mouthing off at everybody. Okay? Okay. That's the nice Kara. All right. Invocation. Page little VII, which means 7 of, and this is the introductory material. This is 5, and this is 7, so I don't know about that. But anyway, that's how this older book did it anyway. They may still do that in books. I don't know. Invocation, not for the great, not for the marvelous, not for the barren husbands of the gold. That's Elon Musk. I think I'll just... How about Elon, sweetheart? I write your cutesy little name in the book. I'm not going to write Steve Jobs. You need to take his example and be a little more humble. You got that, Bubba? Baby boy? Okay. I'm going to skip on down. I say you shall remember them. They're not fascists. They're not Republicans at this point. I say, when night has fallen on your loneliness, and the deep wood beyond the ruined wall seems to step forward swiftly with the dusk, you shall remember them. You shall not see water or wheat or axe mark on the tree and not remember them. You shall not win without remembering them, for they won every shadow of the moon. I'm the moon goddess Tributa elect, so nanny, nanny, boo, boo. All the vast shadows, and you shall not lose. Without a dark remembrance of their loss. What did he say? Let's see what the dear man said. Let's really look at that for a minute here. See, all the vast shadows. You're not even going to lose, bitches. You're not going to win, and you're not going to lose. All the vast shadows, and you shall not lose without a dark remembrance of their loss. For they lost all. And Beaty-Coffey of the ministry of Uncover No More, and her brother, Archangel Michael, and a man we all know, I testified, and is here. The three of us, not to mention everybody at the God Pod show, are the none that remembered them. Hear the wind blow through the buffalo grass, blow over wild grape and briar. This was frontier, and this, your house was frontier. There were footprints upon the hill, and men lie buried under, tamers of earth and rivers. They died at the end of labor. Forgotten is the name. Now, in full summer, by the eastern shore, between the sea mark and the roads going west, I call two oceans. And if Weston Price, excuse me. Oh, interesting. I said that name. That company must be positive. Vincent Benet. If Vincent Benet, oh, Weston A. Price Foundation. Yeah, that's Nursing Tradition. Sally Fallon is here. I've got her cookbook. I'm going back to her things a lot of times. Except for you see me juicing because it's going into spring, summer. So I'll tend to juice and stuff. I call two oceans to remember them. I will fill the hollow darkness with their names. August the 2nd, 2021, I wrote, I cry because this invocation true, we are not heard, me and you. And then the Western Star Prelude. I added a little color and stuff, and I will go through and go ahead and put this date in the green. And we're just going to pick on you, Elon Musk. I don't think you're the richest man in the world, but you're one of them. And seriously. Okay. So we'll pretend that you're being kind to X. Get your asshat tweets off the politics of this country. Bubba. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncover No More in and around Austin, Texas today. I'm tired of Texas. until you give my daughters back Roe versus Wade, you're not getting anything else but real reality. Go wash your face with cold water. Go pick up Western Star with me, or Philosophy of Freedom by Rudolf Steiner with me, or an entire book of Emerson's essays and lectures with me. I'm reading Nature by Ralph Waldo Emerson. If you're not in that genre, you don't exist in heaven in the United States of America, the real one, that does remember. Go look at some speeches of Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, versus the vitriol of anybody in the Republican Party, but particularly Donald Trump. You compare that, and if you come out of that thinking that it is the justest thing to do what the Republican Party is doing, you're a criminal and need to go to jail. Bye.